Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, I'll be talking about how to spend less on chicken feeds. I'll be talking about some of the simple ways to cut costs on chicken feeds and alternative ways to avoid spending a lot on feeds. And yet again, your birds will still get the required nutrients in their bodies. So without any delay, here are some of the 9 ways to cut costs or reduce costs on feeds. So number 1 on my list is grow your own feed sources or grow grains. One of the best ways to save money on feeds is by growing your own feed sources if you have extra space or land. This can be done in 2 ways. First, by growing a chicken garden whereby you plant vegetables and herbs for free-ranging chickens to feed them, or hand-pick the greens and then supply to your indoor poultry. And the second way is by growing actual feed grains for a commercial feed operation, such as soya beans, maize, and a lot more. The second on the list is making your own feeds. This may be costly at the start, but in long run, it can cut down your costs on feeds to almost 45% when you get proper equipment like a hammer mill and also planting or buying grains in bulk. The third thing on the list is fermenting feeds. Fermenting chicken feeds is also one way of cutting costs on chicken feeds. It involves soaking grains in water for a period of time. This fermentation process increases nutrient absorption, making the chickens feed less of it, and develops probiotics, which increases nutrient intake for the chickens. The fourth on the list is growing fodder. A fodder is a mat of sprouted grains. It involves giving grains the necessary conditions to sprout in a shallow tray with drainage holes in it. Feeding chickens fodder increases their nutritional content and slightly boosts protein content. The fifth on the list is sprouting seeds. Sprouting seeds is also one of the simplest, common, and quickest way of cutting costs on poultry feeds and does not involve using sophisticated equipment. It involves germinating seeds in water to produce green young leaves. Sprouted seeds are more digestible, increasing the nutritional value for the chickens. Next on the list is do free range. It's the easiest way to cut on chicken feed costs. It involves letting birds look for their own food, eat grass, worms, and bugs or weeds also. Next on the list is farm with worms. Raising mealworms or earthworms is inexpensive and easy way to cut on feed costs. Worms are easy to farm with and do not need a lot to feed them. You can feed them kitchen scrap and they reproduce within a short period of time, so your chickens will never run out of supply. Last but not least on the list is use the right chicken feeder. It's important to choose the right kind of feeder that won't waste feeds in form of spillage while chickens feed. In this case, it's best to invest in feeders that eliminate spillage. Hanging feeders is also one of the best way to control spillage, or if you can make one that suits your needs. All this can help reduce on spillage and spending more money buying feeds. The last on the list is leftover from vegetable and fruits. Oftentimes we have vegetables and fruit scraps from our kitchens and chickens eat about anything that comes from the kitchen. Vegetables and fruits in form of scrap are good for poultry as this gives vitamins and minerals to them.